Hello everybody and welcome back to Binding of Isaac, where the tears spin right round, baby right round. It is a bright and beautiful sunny day, or at least I would hope wherever you are the sun is high in the sky, and I wish so too could be I. I wish I had wings, honestly I do. That's something I've thought about since I was like, what, 10, 11? Something like that, and or at least the ability to be good enough at telekinesis to where I could, through my mind, levitate my body and kind of imitate flight. And I want to, and I know I touch on this a lot, I want to, God, how do I say what I'm trying to say? It's like I always skip and tremble under the weight of my own words, the burden of it all. Please take it away from me, please. Everybody's gonna be like, magic isn't real, telekinesis isn't real, and I want to be like, riddle me this. Okay, yeah, we're getting back on track now. I get up off of my bed. I walk to the door. I unlock the door. I open the door. Now, I know that it's very basic, but, like, essentially, molecules are just touching other molecules. So, in theory, why is it so wrong to believe that, we could train our minds to... Because everything is molecules. Everything is atoms, everything is molecules. So, like, molecules is just a fancy word. It's just bunches of atoms. It's all the same things. Like, why can you not touch through the air to move something else? It's all connected. We're all connected, man. It's the great wonder of life. And it's like, magic, science, all of that. Like, science, even things, like time travel, for another example. Like, science is the act of discovery, you know? It's all about making the impossible possible. Like, there are a bunch of things, like all the vaccines. If you talked to, you know, people from the Middle Ages about vaccines, they would talk to you in return like you were crazy. But we figured things out. And now we just like accept it as commonplace. That I just realized that I can't see my health. I have absolutely no idea what's going on. That is a little bit scary for me, but we're going to press on and hope that things are okay. And yeah, it's like with time travel, people, and I notice that people always reference Einstein's theory of relativity, but it's like you're going to talk about somebody from... I never remember when he was alive. I know that he existed, and I feel like everybody knows about him more for his crazy hair than anything else. I'm just gonna say, like, 100 years ago, 200 years, am I getting close? Either way, like, we're going to follow that, and we're not going to change anything. We're just going to accept that as lifeblood, as everything that is, everything that was, everything that is, you know? But, like, people are retesting things all the time. Ooh, I like Widow. Widow is one of the cooler bosses. Like I was saying another time, it's kind of like Monstro, but, yeah, it's kind of like Monstro with extra steps. That's the joke that I was gonna make about telekinesis, is that telekinesis is just physics with extra steps. I don't even know really what physics entails. I have heard of it as a word, and that's about all I know. I think, like, the most that I got to in school with science is like biotic and abiotic things, and the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. And I'm not looking at the game because it's feeling like... That's so weird. It's like my phone was vibrating, but it wasn't. Oh, somebody is online. Somebody that I haven't talked to in, like, I would like to say, 3 or 4 years. That I still keep on my friends list because I remember the time that I had with them, and it's like, I would have kept all of them. Oh wow, I didn't even realize, you know, that definitely makes sense with the theme of Isaac, though, that he sees a picture of his mom, and what was it, that the tear speed is up or something like that, and he just looks so incredibly sad right now. But yeah, wings or telekinesis or whatever, it doesn't matter. I just want to be able to fly. And you know, people are probably gonna be like, how can you swim if you have wings? You can't have the best of both worlds. And it's like, retractable wings then, whatever, I don't care. I just want to be able to, because I think about birds quite often and how free they are. Oh yeah, I've meant to talk about that, just at some point, at any point, that, like, usually there's, what was it, like, 5 years ago, 5 years ago and before, you could probably only see, like, 2 or 3 bunnies at a time in the park, but now it's like 30. It's like, whoa! I did not expect that. What? Excuse me? But yeah, it's like, there's like 30 to 40 of them now, and it's like, yeah, that's cool, but they're everywhere, and you're always at risk of almost going to run one over. But like this year especially, there's this fat rabbit that's been hopping around my yard, and there's also a fat robin, which, like, I don't talk about people enough to know who's feeding them. I mean, I know the people that feed the stray cats, just because, like, that's something that we can all relate to, you know? We see a cat, we pet it, it's like one of those natural ways of life. And that's good, you know, like, one of the things that connect us, I didn't know, I wasn't paying attention to where Monster was gonna land, and that's my bad, honestly. But, I don't know who's feeding the robin that much. I'm honestly surprised that it's able to get onto the railing of my deck, because that's a good distance up. I haven't seen it fly. It's just like on my deck, and then I go somewhere else. One of my friends, like, he moved like 10 years ago, but where he used to be, there was this pair of squirrels, this couple, like, you could tell that that they were together, and like they kind of overfed them and they got fat. Yeah, it's kind of weird to think about that like that friend was, and they explode now. What? Oh, that's because I'm adding those qualities to that. Yeah, I kind of forgot. Or did it always do that? Either way, that friend that I was talking about in that Hades video that I have been trying to, like, build myself up to being able to walk to, because it's like 17 miles south of me, and I just kind of, like, I walk all the time just because, like, I don't know, it's like, yeah, it does kind of get boring if you do it all the time, but like, I don't know, I just kind of constantly feel the need to escape to just like go somewhere, and it's like, why not there, you know? And they were my best friend, they were my closest friend for like, what, since 7th grade to like, I would probably say 2014 is about like when it started to decline, but 2017 is when it definitely showed. And we used to talk to each other all the time, you know, but like when I realized that everybody was getting older, and therefore, you know, like the curse of being an adult, like when everybody starts to get mean, I started to not talk to people anymore, just to see like how much I was actually liked. And then I realized that like nobody talked to me, and that's kind of just like been my life ever since then. Like since 2017, I hung out with him maybe like once a month, and then COVID started, and it's like that kind of became his excuse to take me out of his life forever. And now he's moving to another state. The last, like, and it's like I have online friends, but he's the last in real life, like he's my last IRL friend, the last person that I hang out with face to face still, because and it feels weird that he's going to go in a month, but also because I haven't really hung out with him that much anymore. I don't know. It's a weird thing to think about, because it's just like, I always wonder with that, how much of it is me, like, actually wanting friends versus because I have talked about that a lot, and I always think that's weird that, like, you hear things a lot, and then it kind of just becomes your own thought, whether you want it to be or not. That, like, you need friends, you need friends, you need friends. And, learning about, like, introverted and extrovertedness just kind of messed that up a little more also. But, I've always kind of found that weird. How exactly do people get friends outside of, because most of what I've had has been like school or people from my neighborhood. I didn't read what the bandages did because I'm just kind of like on this now. And it's weird, like I heard that news that he was gonna leave like a couple weeks ago, and I haven't thought about it since, you know, like probably a couple days past that. But then again, I was dealing with the PS5 stuff, and we all know how that went. But seriously though, I've always joked around, just like, what do? Do you just like scream at people on the street, do you want to be my friend? And it's like, I'm sure that some people would take it as a joke, and like that's usually how I get my friends, is that kind of weird random just like, what are you even talking about kind of humor. I know it's not for everybody, but it's like, if I can't be me, then why even bother being anything? But it's like, seriously though, and people are always adding these weird rules and stipulations to things, like you can't do this because this, you can't do this because that, and we keep like closing ourselves in a tighter and tighter box where you're not allowed to do anything because like everything's apparently creepy or whatever. Oh, wow. Okay, so I've got to focus a little bit, I guess. Oh, wow. So how much of it... Ah! Whoa, that, how much of it is you throwing bombs and how much of it is you doing, like, laser beam stuff? Oh, okay. Man, that... Ah! Whoa. It's just, like, everywhere now. But yeah, it's like, you can't date people and you can't get friends by just, like, for example, where would I get anybody? 'Cause I walk a lot. You can't talk to people on the street, apparently. You can't just talk to people in the store. You can't, like, try to get friends or date waitresses at restaurants because apparently that's weird. You can't, like, talk to people at the bar. Where else do I go? It would just be, like, different stores. If it's not a grocery store, it's like a game store, and it's like, I would imagine that, like, a game store would be an easier place to get friends from because, you know, like, common interest, and it's not that hard, and it's like, if you click, you click, or whatever, you know? I'm gonna try to, yeah, how do I use, okay, so all it did was give me a couple soul hearts, and it's, jeez, oh, what, okay, alright, so you are finally dying. I gotta deal with this spider nest really quick. This is so just, there we go. Trying to aim this is just the worst. A snack, HP up. Okay. Alright. And it was a, like a milk bone, like a dog biscuit, so I want to, and I'm noticing where my timer is, so I want to, no, actually. Maybe if I start the next episode with that, I can have something else to talk about. Like, comment, subscribe. I know that the last little bit of this has been, like, somewhat of a depressing subject, but it is kind of a real question because it's, like, it's really kind of dumb and confusing. It's like, what are you supposed to do if you can't really do anything? How am I supposed to have an option if like, I'm not allowed to have options? Like, people need to stop being so tight and wound up if I'm going to get anywhere in life with, like, anybody. Like, I just want to connect, and people make it so damn hard to just, like, be around them. Whatever, you can be weird if you want, and I'll do my weird my own way. And like, comment, subscribe. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and goodbye. I have a short story. It's not gonna last more than the first minute, but you know, there is another video coming up, and with these 2 soul hearts and the 2.5 regular hearts, hopefully we can get more heart containers and we won't just, like, screw it up. We'll survive. Wish me luck. Bye.